How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you're having a great day wherever you are in the world. My name's Derek. This is my first upload on this particular subject, and what it's about is finance, money. Don't switch off. I know, I know that in itself can be a boredom, but I just want to let you know what I've learned in my 50 years. I've only been interested really in crypto, mainly Bitcoin, for the last 6 or 7 years. I saw the price of Bitcoin rip from under $1,000 to over $21,000 in the space of less than a year. Now, I wasn't invested in that time, but it was most certainly enough to pique my interest. And that's where my journey began. So, why? Why was because, like the majority of you out there, I was working the 9 to 5. I'm an electrician by trade, and it was coming in on one hand, going out the other, and I felt like I had next to nothing to save. And then when you do save your hard-earned cash, it just has less and less value year on year. As we know, inflation is never going away. The governments worldwide are patting themselves on the back if they can keep inflation at 2%, which they never can, mind you, they never can. But if you're losing 2% of your savings year on year, that's your government doing a good job. So 2% doesn't seem like a lot, but when you have that year on year and you're my age and you're saving for quite some time, it adds up. It adds up. Now, sorry, the sun is going to be behind me for a little bit, so I do apologise. We're taking a little stroll. By the way, we're here in Hungary. I'm on holidays in Hungary. It's absolutely beautiful here. It's not actually as sunny as it has been the last few days, but I'm enjoying it all the same. Who doesn't enjoy their holidays? But yeah, so the reason I started to invest was because I started to realise that money, although it's a great form of exchange, okay? If you want something, you have cash, you can use that cash to get whatever you want. But for saving, it's absolutely useless. And we know why. It's inflation. So where does this inflation come from? It comes from money printing, okay? And let's break this down as easily as possible. If all the money in the world was $10 and there was 10 apples, that was all there was to buy. 10 apples, nothing else, and it was $10. Obviously, each apple would be worth $1. But somebody comes along and says, okay, let's have more dollars. And so they double the amount of dollars. They print 10 more. There's only 10 apples to buy. Therefore, an apple goes to $2. And the value of an apple didn't change. What changed was the value of the currency you're trading against those apples. And this is what's happening with inflation. They're destroying your savings by printing. The money printer is always on. It's an invisible tax. So, why Bitcoin? It doesn't have to be Bitcoin. Any commodity. It could be oil, it could be corn, it could be wheat, it could be, let's say, you love iPhones or you love Android, Samsung, whatever it may be. If there's something that you buy every other year or something like that, like a new phone, why wouldn't you want to own part of that? You know what I'm saying? So investment is where you can change your life for the better. For me, it's been Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't pay dividends. Dividends essentially are as if you own something and let's say it's part of a business and the business creates money and that money is given out to the investors. But Bitcoin, its inherent value comes from the fact it's incredibly scarce. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins, okay? That's the maximum amount of Bitcoin that will ever be created. Currently, 20 odd million of those Bitcoins have already been created. There's only about 1 million more to come. So, let's think of it like this. There's 21 million Bitcoins available. Let's say they're all out there, they've all been created, which won't happen for another 100 plus some years, okay, till the last Bitcoin is created. But all the Bitcoins in the world, there's not enough of them for even every millionaire in the world to own one. In other words, there's more than 21 millionaires globally, so not every millionaire can own a Bitcoin. So the sooner you start trying to get your hands on Bitcoin, in my opinion, and I'm not a financial advisor, but the sooner you can get your hands on Bitcoin, the better, because it's scarce. It's like let's say Da Vinci's paintings, yeah? They were of a value, but the day he died, the value increased astronomically because they knew there was no more Da Vinci paintings ever going to be created. That's where the scarcity came in. And it's the same with Bitcoin. There is scarcity. It's built into the programming of Bitcoin. So guys, consider Bitcoin. I'm going to give a lot more information going forward. If you're curious and you want to know any more, let us know. Hit the like button, bang in a comment. I'd be interested to see what people think. Take it easy, guys. Have yourselves a fantastic day.